fact that we can collaborate here and that it's modeled for us, we're given opportunities to do it, and then it's an expectation for us to be collaborating is critical to be a good teacher.
If we're truly professionals as teachers, we need to talk to each other about best practice, about research, about what works, what doesn't, share with each other, and that's why this project is so important.
One of the reasons that IMSS is so important is that every teacher that we train is going to change the lives of every single student that they teach for the rest of their teaching years.
Did it work? It did. Yay! Now turn out. You can clap now. Yay!
At California State University of the East Bay, for 2 weeks in the middle of summer, 30 middle school teachers convened with university professors, trainers, and other professionals from the Exploratorium, and coaches and staff from the education offices of Alameda, Santa Clara, and Contra Costa counties. Some of these teachers have taught for many years, others only a few. What do they have in common? They are all participating in the Integrated Middle School Science Partnership, IMSS, designed to transform science teaching and learning in underperforming middle schools.
I think some of the goals for the IMSS project include having teachers and science faculty, as well as scientists and science educators like myself and the Exploratorium, work together collaboratively to think about how we teach science and how can we improve how we're teaching science. How do we take where we are and how do we build in more opportunities for kids to be able to do inquiry, be able to think and work like a scientist. And we just think that's critical if we want students to be interested in science and have an interest in going on to science careers.
This 5-year project will transform science instruction and learning. It will impact more than 400 teachers and 100,000 students in Alameda, Santa Clara, and Contra Costa counties. The partnership connects university faculty and staff, school district leaders, teachers, and educational organizations throughout the area. Funded by a National Science Foundation grant of $12 million, the project involves 7 school districts in 3 California counties.
What they get out of getting this final process is they're going to internalize what they learn.
One important goal of the IMSS partnership is to promote inquiry-based science in classrooms.
Why? Because instead of you saying a kilocalorie is this or a calorie is this and giving the problems back and forth, they're going to come up with those confusing questions. Well, but I don't understand why that number is so big. Well, I don't understand why this is happening, and we work it out together.
These summer workshops support teachers to use students' own questions in science instruction.
Well, we've done a lot of work with inquiry here in this institute, and I keep thinking about how am I going to subtly shift my lessons so that they become more student-centered.
I just dropped the tablet in water. You saw me do that, right? And so, what are your questions?
Why is it fizzing?
Why what?
Fizzing.
Why is it fizzing? I heard your question.
What is this tablet?
What is the tablet?
And so that the students are more engaged and that they're excited about science, because that's what we need, are kids who want to continue into science because of the excitement and the curiosity of learning what's around in our world.
Our goal in these small groups is to talk about physical science content and to both enrich your current content and really to get you thinking a little bit about how is it that I'm going to teach this material to my students.
A second component of the partnership is to offer teachers university-level courses in their content area.
Ready, set, go.
Each afternoon during the summer workshops, teachers worked in groups, experimenting together and sharing ideas.
I've never had a professional development where we had content development, so this is really interesting and inspiring. We're working with the CSU professors in the content area that we have, minus chemistry and physics. We're getting a much deeper knowledge of some of the content that we have to teach.
Actually, our lesson is on natural selection, and our generative question that we came up with took us a little while to get to it, but it's what determines an organism's ability to survive?
During the summer workshop, teachers also formed lesson study groups. Each group developed a lesson plan that they presented to the workshop participants. Throughout the school year, they'll work together, observing each other as they teach the lessons and meeting to reflect on their work and further refine it.
We were thinking of having all the combinations up there and then having them post it like on a data wall so that they all look at it together.
So you're going to have easel paper like that, and you're going to have them, and then one is going to be labeled red and blue, the other one's going to be labeled blue and yellow, and you're going to have them post it under that.
I think that's very powerful, them seeing the stickers up there when they walk around and noticing how yellow and green might always look.
The goal of lesson study is for teachers to come together and look at a concept or an idea and how it's taught, and have some professional conversations about, well, I tried this and this worked like this, but I wish I could have gotten this. And I started looking at how my students were receiving my teaching with a different lens, just from having that experience, from seeing it through the other teacher's lens.
In a lot of ways, we're looking to IMSS to really transform K-12 education in Fremont.
IMSS also works with district leadership to build long-term support for science teaching in area schools. Working with superintendents, principals, and instructional leaders, IMSS provides resources and support as district leaders develop the capacity and vision for collaboration and inquiry-based science.
Well, IMSS provides our district with a unique opportunity to, number one, think about science education, transforming science education, K-12. So it's providing a systematic approach to capacity building, developing teachers' knowledge base and skills, developing teacher leadership.
And the IMSS program has really helped our district to kind of blaze the path forward.
IMSS teachers take on leadership roles in their schools. They encourage the collaborative and inquiry-based approach they use as part of the IMSS program.
And then you will see erosion in action.
Teachers in their second year in IMSS have had even more opportunity to develop these leadership skills, often becoming mentors. Schools that have sent teams of teachers see these practices grow and impact student learning throughout their site.
I have not experienced yet as a teacher a program that gives as much support and opportunity for a group of teachers to do collaborative learning and lesson study. The fact that it's multi-year and that we're reaching, I think, a threshold on my campus. Again, I can't think of a better way to get it going.
The issue that we're trying to address with the IMSS partnership is really trying to improve science instruction in the middle school classroom. So ultimately what we want is for there to be middle school kids going through science classrooms where they're really learning the content and they're really enthusiastic about science.
IMSS is a model of interagency collaboration, drawing on the expertise and experience of university faculty, instructional experts, federal research laboratory and industry scientists, middle school science teacher leaders, and community-based science institutions.
Well, it's a very exciting project. I got to sit in on one of the classrooms the other day and meet some of the faculty, meet some of the students, and it's a great program to bring together the university and middle school teachers in terms of the learning methods, but also in terms of the content. I think if we could reach out more to our teachers in the middle schools, in the high schools, it would be really wonderful, as we really need to move forward in terms of science, technology, and mathematics, and engineering in terms of the programs that are offered, because that's what the workforce needs.